Righty then, we are back. Welcome. My name is Stephen Howson, and this is a tactical review of Manchester United's 3-2 victory against Southampton today. Let's be honest, it was like an hour ago. It was absolutely smashing. Sorry for the delay in getting on. If you're watching it live, we are a little bit later than usual. We're trying a new bit of software for streaming it. Hopefully it's working, and we'll see what the script is. Will's just coming in here. He's making me terrified now when he comes in and does things like this. Oh, he's trying to refocus it. There he is. Yep, made it worse. Anyway, has my voice gone? My voice might have gone. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But we're going to get into it. We're going to have a look at how United managed to do that. What was the key performance stuff? Obviously, straight off the bat, my initial thoughts and my initial reaction to it is, wow, Cavani, he changed the game. And look, credit where it's due for Solskjaer. It's a tough call at half-time to make a change and to take someone off and to bring somebody on. And he did it. And he brought Cavani on. And I think it's safe to say Cavani changed the game. He got an assist and he got 2 goals. And United only scored 3 goals. That is the guy that changed the game. Outside of Greenwood, and I think it'd be harsh to say, oh, Greenwood was shit today, but he didn't have a great game today. He probably could have hit the back of the net and probably should have hit the back of the net, but I don't think he was terrible in any stretch of the imagination. He could have done a little bit better, is all I would probably say. Outside of that, I think everybody had a relatively good game. Obviously, outside of Cavani, who I thought was just sensational when he came on. I think he had 4 shots. He was a constant threat and he was a focal point. Ollie said after the game, it's the first time that we've had a real focal point like that since Lukaku moving on. I think that's absolutely fantastic. But let's go into some of the things that happened then. So that's United now winning 4 straight games in all competition for the first time since Ollie's initial run as manager, which is wicked. We've now won 8 Premier League away games on the bounce, scoring 23 goals on the current run, which is essentially 3 a game. And we're now the first team in Premier League history to win 4 consecutive away games despite trailing in each of them. And at 2-0 down, the odds of you winning a game in the Premier League are not good. So fair play for United for bouncing back on that. We've moved up to 7th on 16 points, just 5 points behind league leaders Liverpool with a game in hand, which means if we win that game in hand, we can move within 2 points of the league leaders, which is absolutely belting, isn't it? Give us a like if you're exhausted after that. Give us a like if you're absolutely buzzing to see Cavani get a couple of goals in that one. Fernandes, talking about Cavani, he said, everyone knows Edge will be important for us, but today he is an amazing striker. The equaliser was one of a striker you have to smell. Talking about Henderson, he says he's a keeper who's used to being vocal. He wants to organise the team. He had a couple of tidy saves to make. He was safe with his hands after the first half. We played well again. I do wonder if this is the opportunity for Dean Henderson to take his chance now then. So, as we said, Cavani's only the 2nd player to be directly involved in 3+ goals in a Premier League game after coming on as a substitute for United. The only other person, who was that, Steve? Who's the only other player to get 3+ goals as a substitute? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's who. Bruno Fernandes is the 4th player to score 5 in 5 straight Premier League away games after Ruud, who did it twice, Van Persie and Ibra. Only Kane, Grealish and De Bruyne have registered more Premier League assists than Rashford this season, who's now on 4. Let's have a look at what Cavani did then. 83% pass accuracy, 4 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 ball recoveries, and 2 tackles won. He was a lot deeper and a lot wider than I anticipated. And actually, let's have a look at the team and see how it all went down then today. So this is how we lined up. This is how we started the match. And actually, I liked the shape. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, we went 2 down with it. We did go 2-0 down with it, but not because of the shape. I thought the shape held really well. We went 2-0 down because of set pieces, and I think that's preventable. But this is how we started. Unfortunately, this is pretty much how it looked at the same time as well. And it was actually more, let's get Bruno. Bruno was a little bit more over here. Van der Beek was like right over here. Fred was a bit further back. And Wan-Bissaka, let me get on him. Wan-Bissaka was a little bit further forward here. Tellers was also like right up here. That was pretty much United's average shape. If we're being honest, Greenwood and Rashford were both further back. That was United's shape. You'll notice the big gaping gap, because actually Mason was even more narrow than that. The big gaping gap on that right-hand side, nothing happening in there. And that's what I wanted United to try and fix. The way we managed to fix that right-hand side, this is where Cavani came and lived when he came on. Cavani obviously got the assist from the right wing spot. It's a wonderful pass. But he also started to really occupy space in this kind of area as well. And I think an issue for United is we have to occupy both sides of the box. United love filling in this space over here. This is where Marshall operates. This is where Rashford operates. We only have attacking threats down the left-hand side, whether that's Tellez, whether that's Williams, or whether that's Luke Shaw. We only really have attacking threats down that left-hand side, and that's a massive issue for us, in my opinion. We've got a couple of super chats coming in. He says, why not cover one post with a defender against a definite shot from a free kick? 25 years of watching, never understood it. Don't know. 7 years ago, Van Persie came off the bench against Saints to win 3-2. Now Cavani, coincidence, madness. I thought the shape, very important that United hold the width here. Because when United are here, the opposition defence also goes narrow, goes inside the far post, and are very, very easy to mark against. Instead of the defenders being 10 metres apart, the defenders become 6 metres apart and 5 metres apart, and good luck trying to get any sort of gaps in between those. When you can stretch them a little bit more width-wise, you're also going to start finding holes going back and forward in there. And I'll get into the comments in a little bit as well. Ingar says, thoughts on Tellez, a couple of poor crosses and partially involved in both Southampton goals. Was he? You're going to have to explain how he was involved in both Southampton's goals for me, mate. I'm going to be real. Cavani reminded me of RVP against Southampton, says Navin. Thought Matic was good today, says Ross. We'll come and have a look at some of the stats in a second and see what everyone was up to. But yeah, in terms of just general opinion, I thought, as well as Cavani, I thought he had a good game. Good to see Donny van de Beek getting on the pitch as well. 100% dribble success from Donny van de Beek, which is always good to see. 82% pass accuracy, 10 ball recoveries, so he's doing the stuff that we wanted him to do as a deep line playmaker. It's not necessarily a defensive position, he's a deep line playmaker. 10 ball recoveries, 4 tackles, 2 fouls, and 1 block. As mentioned, Nemanja Matic, 86% pass accuracy, 41 forward balls, 15 ball recoveries, 5 interception, 4 tackles, 1. Very good game had there by Nemanja Matic. Let's have a look. In terms of the influence of players on the pitch, Braden says, I think Matic had a quiet game, but a great game. I disagree that he had a quiet game. I thought he had a very good game. But let's have a look at the influence of those at the minute now. Wrong screen. That's the screening that we need. As you can see, Alex Tellez, heavily involved there for United. Bruno, Matic, and Fred, and Van der Beek, all quite keenly involved there. Wan-Bissaka, not so much. But you can see here, I'm in the way, aren't I? Let me just get rid of me for a second. You can see here, this right-hand side, nothing there for United. Absolutely nothing. Contrast that there with Southampton's, where you can see Armstrong and Walker-Peters right next to each other. And it also shows you a lot there of Southampton's shape. If you look at both Dnepro and Armstrong are slightly inside both Bertrand and Walker-Peters. That's how they like to play. Obviously, Romeo and Ward-Prowse right on top of it, everything in the middle there. They play a narrow game. United, though, absolutely killing ourselves with the width. You've got Alex Tellez and you've got Wan-Bissaka there that have both got a lot of width and a hell of a lot of ball. The bigger the name, the bigger the influence. That's how that works. And then you look at where Rashford is and you just see there's nothing in the right-hand side, and that's where United desperately need balance. And when people are saying that United want a right winger, it's not because we just think, oh, a right winger would be nice to have, but it is literally a crying desperation that Manchester United need a right winger. A couple of comments in there talking about Rashford being a little bit more direct. Again, another assist for Marcus Rashford. Cavani is an absolute beast, says Raymond, proper striker. Oh, was that one? Southampton should have had more cards. Yeah, absolutely. I thought he was going to say more goals then. And we'll come to goals in a second because, you know, I like my expected goals. And expected goals isn't the be-all and end-all of everything. But expected goals does give you an indication, a little bit, of how a game's gone. Now, let's look at this. Manchester United, 2.48 expected goals for us. Southampton, 0.51. That shows you how good the free kick was there. So the free kick that Ward-Prowse scored. It was a 0.07. That's 7% chance of that going in. That's how good Ward-Prowse's free kick was. And the one that they got, Bednarek right on the line, that was a 0.06. So 0.13 in total for their 2 goals. And then the smattering of the rest of the shots adding up to basically half a goal. So they were a bit fortunate to be where they were. United's goals here, this one here that I'm going to click, that was, oh no, that one must be then. Where is it? Bruno's? That one. That was the Bruno one after the ricochet from Mason Greenwood's shot. That was Marcus Rashford there from open play, 51st minute. Mason Greenwood, that was the one he missed early in the game that we should have had something from. But the 2 goals, 0.29 there from Bruno after a fantastic assist from Edinson Cavani. And then both of Cavani's right in there, 0.32 and 0... No, that's not that one. It's that one. 0.27. 2 fantastic goals there from Edinson Cavani. Much needed. And in terms of that right-hand side, that's exactly what we want in terms of someone that can come in and make it happen on that side, because United just lack. We just absolutely lack someone that can get in there. PSG coming up on Wednesday. Give us a thumbs up if you're confident. Give it a downvote if you're not. Give us your score predictions in for that. And also, let me know, do you think it'll be Henderson or do you think it'll be De Gea that will start? And we can have a look at some of the stats here from today's game in terms of who was the best players. Let's get it on the screen. So as you can see there, Edinson Cavani, he had the most shots on target, most shots on goal. Bruno Fernandes there had 6 shots. A couple of these a little bit far out. Not too terrible, though. Let's have a look at Cavani's. That's what you want from your striker. All of them, essentially, in front of the penalty spot. Brilliant. When Ollie talks about a focal point, this is what he's on about. Someone that's going to be in the box, be a nuisance in the box and get themselves on the back of stuff. That's absolutely mega. That is exactly what you want. Doesn't even show where he puts the assist in as well, but that's what you want from your striker. Fred hitting the most with the passes there. I thought it was a good game from Fred. I was going to say fantastic, and that's getting a bit carried away. But it was a good game there from Fred. I thought of Donny van de Beek, probably a little bit withdrawn. Want to see a little bit more of him in the final third, but it was pretty good. Fred just keeping it nice and ticking all over the place. It was a solid game from Fred. I think he's not the most press-resistant of players, but he does what he needs to do, and he covers a lot of ground. And let's have a look there. Chances created. Marcus Rashford created 3 chances, including getting an assist. We had Alex Telles there created. Oh, that was Fred. Even Fred creating 2 chances. Go on, the lad. But Alex Telles there creating 2 chances. And that's what he's there to do. So you can't really argue with that one. 2 out of 5 corners going in there from Telles. Attacking third passes. Fred there with 21 out of 22. Only misplaced 1 pass in the final third. I love that. And in terms of shots, United not really having too many shots. I'm kind of covering that up, Anna, so let me get me out of the way. United not really having that many shots from outside the box. They're like 4 of them, I guess. What's that absolute massive long-range one there? That's just gone over. 15 shots attempted. It's not terrible, to be honest. It's a good amount of chances created, and it's happy days. Should Dean Henderson start the next few games? We've got a super chat from Dive there. Depends on what the damage is with De Gea, doesn't it? If De Gea's in shit state, then yeah, it would make a lot of sense to do that. If De Gea's all right, I think he probably comes back in the team, whether we like that or not. Cavani is an excellent super sub. I think he needs to start. It's as simple as that. He needs to start, top and bottom of it. Do I think we will miss McTominay's workhorse mentality against PSG alongside Fred? Why is he injured? Or I probably think he'd probably play, to be honest. I think that might be why he's not featured today, unless I've heard he's not injured. I don't know. Unless he is, and I've not heard that. Telles has got crossing. Huh? Start Cavani ahead of Marshall. Well, Marshall was supposedly ill today. So we will see. What's up with Lingard? Well, he's only just come out of... let's see Matic stats. Lingard's only just come out of isolation, so I think that's probably a big impact on that. Let's have a look then at Matic's stats today. So, no shots. Passes, though, 60 out of 70, kept it ticking, heavily featuring on the left-hand side, potentially because we've got no right-hand side for him to play it to. Kept it nice and neat. Attack, 2 out of 3 take-ons. There was that little sequence of play that he had with Van der Beek in the first half, which was absolutely mega, and probably only those two doing it. 5 interceptions, which is happy days. Oh, do you know what? It's not on the screen, is it? My bad. There you go. 5 interceptions there, which is cracking. 4 out of 4 tackles, cracking. I thought it was a very solid game. No fouls committed either from your holding midfielder. I think that's happy days. And if we have a look at the table, Liverpool and Tottenham Tottenham are currently playing, as well as Chelsea, so they're both down as a draw at the moment. United up into 7th on 16 points with a game in hand. Win that game in hand puts us on 19th. We could be up into 3rd place, which you can't really say fairer than that, can you? Isaac there with a super chat. He says, this is why we need to sign more grown men, experienced match winners. Wonder kids ain't winning games like that often. It was an incredible comeback from Manchester United. I think that goes without saying. Absolutely incredible comeback. When you go 2 goals down, the chances of you actually pulling this around and winning a game are so slim. So slim. Massive victory for United, that. Massive victory and a massive 3 points. And I already saw the comments at half-time from all of the doubters that couldn't... I actually think there's people that take great pleasure in seeing us lose these games so they can be proved right, and I don't understand that. If you're a United fan, you surely want us to win every single one. But a great mentality to keep coming from behind like this from United. I'd just rather we didn't have to. Couple of big games coming up. Manchester derby is almost on the horizon. We've got PSG this week. Let's keep this run going and see how far we can get. And if we have managed to keep some players rested and rotate a little bit, like possibly McTominay, I'm not sure what the situation is with him, then that's going to pay dividends later on in the season. But anyway, cheers for tuning in. Give us a video a like and make sure to subscribe. We'll have 5 things coming out for you guys in the morning, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.